rolling. Hey everyone, and welcome to Hooping Live. My name is Audrey, your host, and this is a show every Monday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, all about hula hooping, hoop dance, and the lifestyle. So if you're a hula hooper or aspiring to be a hula hooper, or maybe you're just a random passerby that wants to learn more about what is happening right now, then you can join us for the next 45 minutes to an hour and come hang out and leave some comments to join the conversation. If you guys have been working on anything in your own personal practice, or maybe you just want to let me know something that's going on, or you have a question about a move that you can't quite get, maybe I can help you through it. All you got to do is post your comment down below as you would on any other YouTube video, and we will get it, and I will read it out loud, live, right here, right now. So I'm going to go ahead and start out with a demo today. We're going to be talking about some planning again this week with Hooping Live stuff to get feedback from the viewers. We're going to be reading some of your comments, which will be kind of fun. And I'll give you guys a little bit of update on what's going on in my life. So if you haven't already, grab some tea or your cocktail of choice, some hula hoops, and start thinking about things that you want to talk about, and I will go ahead and demo it up. Let me make sure that I have enough room and try not to knock anything over here. Ow, just shocked myself. Any video game players? If you are, then you know what's going on. All right, let's see here. Do I want to... I feel like old Audrey viewers want me to use like my whippy hoop. And maybe newer ones want me to use my bigger hoop. I'll go a little bit whippy today. Okay, does this look good, Craig? Am I like, yeah, okay, I can't see you, but I saw this kind of motion, so I'm gonna take that as a yes. Okay, and we are working on some music stuff, so patience is a virtue, my friends. We'll stop there. That was fun. I love this little hoop. I haven't like played with little baby ones in so long. It's exciting.
Pose for a screenshot before you sit down.
Oh yeah, you want me to do full body?
Yeah, because I want like you're in the middle of hooping, like some kind of a pose, but I don't want blur. So, can you pretend like you're doing like a ISO pop off to the side where the hoop's like off to the side?
Like
and then
that?
Yeah, and then just hold it. Yeah.
You want me to go to the side or with the ISO pop to the side?
The ISO pop to the side. You facing the camera. Yeah.
Do you want me to look? Should I look at you?
I want you facing straight at the camera, not sideways. I don't want you.
Oh, you're talking about
and just like the hoop off a little bit. Oh, that actually looks good.
like this?
Yeah, that looks good. Hold it right there. 1, 2. Got it.
Cool.
That's better. We do so many of you sitting that it's better to
absolutely
change it up a little bit.
Cool beans. Okay. Who's tallying how many times Audrey says cool beans? Because I'm sure not. I did actually meet someone recently who says cool beans almost as much as I do. We're best friends now. Take a little bit of this headroom down. I feel like I get very close and personal when I do that. Okay, so hopefully the camera is looking aight. So update. We have some stuff going on in the Hooping Live world, I will tell you that much. But first of all, I will start out by giving you guys some updates on myself, because a lot of you were wanting me to start talking a little bit more about what goes on in my personal life, and I am happy to do that. Well, first of all, if you guys are avid viewers or know me from before, this is the first thing that is big in my life. I totally got my hair cut. If you couldn't tell, this is why I was doing that. I'll do like try to do like a semi 360 here. It's pretty short. I like it a lot. I've been told for a while now that I should go short and that I could rock the shorter look. I know that a lot of people prefer long hair, and I love having long hair. But the haircut that I did have was so messed up from me doing all these different kind of modeling deals or like fashion shows and stuff where they want to cut and color and kind of do all this random stuff, that my hair was just kind of like a mere suggestion of what my hair could be. So it kind of just looked like this and then like a mullet. I mean, look at old episodes and you guys can see it. So when I went in today, my friend Madison, who had seen my hair prior to it being cut, and she's super talented. If any of you guys are in the Sarasota, Tampa area, she works at Spa Hollywood, and she is so good at doing hair. So if you guys are interested in getting your hair cut by her, you can contact me. I think I tagged her on the photo I did on Facebook and Instagram, so you can directly contact her. But be sure to check out her Instagram. I think it's just Mad Thinner. Hold on, I can let you guys know.
While you're checking that, can you adjust your camera down some?
Yes.
Headroom is my pet peeve.
I know. I just saw my nose there. How was that experience? Okay, so her Instagram is Mad, M-A-D, Fenner, F-E-N-N-E-R. So you guys can follow her on Instagram and check out some of her other work. If you're into hair and makeup too, she has a cool account, so you can check it out. I am going on and on about hair now, but I know a lot of you guys are into that stuff, so I don't feel too bad about it. Anyway, so yes, I did get the haircut. I like it. It feels a lot, I mean, it's definitely shorter, but when it grows out to be longer, it'll look a lot better than it would have if I would have kept it the way it was. I've never had my hair this short before. It feels kind of cool. I kind of feel like my Aunt Debbie right now, who has short hair, but I don't know, it's kind of pixie-like. I could be mistaken as a fairy, maybe. Story of my life. Oh my gosh, someone noticed my master sword. Chronic Wookiee. That's a name. Yes, I do. I have a master sword and a Hyrule shield back there. I also have a Pikachu and a Minecraft torch.
Can you demo a couple of sword moves?
I mean, if you want me to. I really don't know how to do my sword moves, so I'm not going to do them now. But I will show you guys the sword. It's pretty freaking cool. I mean, it's a little broken up now, but it's just styrofoam, because I figured on Halloween if I was walking around with a real sword, I might, get in some trouble for it. But I do like Zelda, if you guys can't tell. I am a fan. Big fan. I'll do, you guys want me to, I can maybe do a quick video on like an office space tour once I get it kind of picked up a little bit more. It's still a bit cluttered. But yeah, video game hoopers out there. I'm part of that family too. I feel like someone should make a group about that, like Hoopers Who Game or something. I don't know. Anyway, moving forward. I'm not ADD or anything. Boats and Butterflies, oh my, hello, says, hey Audrey, so I've been studying Audrey's hooping lately, actually for the past 5 months, and I managed to emulate most of your moves, but I was never able to do the cool balancing trick you do. It's a move where after you do the second toss over the hand, the hoop lands on top of your hand and rolls along your right arm. Got any tips? Balancing the hoop is so hard for me. Oh, And how was your day? Well, that's actually a great question. I love teaching that move. It's one of my favorites. I've been doing it a lot lately, and balancing is a lot of fun. So yes, I will go over that with y'all. So if you haven't grabbed your hoop yet, now might be the time to do it if you want to practice with me. If you guys don't know, the shows are recorded. So if you can't watch one of the shows live, or you watch the show and you want to rewatch something that I taught, you can always go back and watch previous Hooping Live episodes. So yeah, super cool.
On that topic, you notice somebody asked if you're live on April 27th.
I did, but I was not done.
Can you prove that you're live?
Yes, I would be happy to.
How can you prove?
When I'm done with my sentence, I would be happy to. Craig, thank you. I love you. So yeah, so it looks like Skippy Maru says, "Hi Audrey, are you live here today on April 27th?" Well, it's today April 27th. It is. I am live. I don't really know what to do. I could pinch myself and say I'm live. Maybe reading your comment and you hearing it could be live. But it is April 27th at 9/11. Oh, it's my birthday. If you guys didn't know that, that's my birthday, 9/11/91. There's a lot.
If it puts another comment in, you'll read it too, so that'll prove it.
I will read the comments, Craig. You need to practice patience. I need to practice accountability, and you need to practice patience. Anyway, so yes, we are live. So please do your comments down below so I don't feel like I'm talking too much to myself. Anyway, so my day, to answer your question, was great. Like I said, I got my hair cut. Went to the new mall in Sarasota and got some new clothing. And ate a little bit of sushi. So, I mean, that's a pretty good day. Let's see here. Nice haircut, Chronic Wookie also says. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm glad that people are liking it so far. So, balancing. Let's get to this. Okay. Lift you guys up. This chair kind of resembles an egg. That's why I like it. Eggs are a nice, satisfying shape. Okay, let's see here. Let's get you guys right there. That works. Okay, cool. So the move that Brian's talking about, I think, is something like, woo! Like this. But I will toss the hoop a lot and kind of balance it on my hand, and then it will roll across. But with the balancing, oh, did I bring, let me go see if I can get my other hoop real quick. 1 second, guys.
This absolutely proves it's live. Otherwise, we would have edited this out.
Okay, cool. All right, sorry about that, guys. So this is my outward spiral hoop. I'll do a quick plug here. By the way, guys, Bonnie had her baby. Oh, her name is Ayla. I think it's Ayla. I think, or it could be, it's Ayla. And she has the best baby toes in the world. Bonnie sent me some pictures. Guys, this baby is a little bundle of like chub. Anyway, starting to get about babies weighing with cats. Well, that's not good. Anyway, so balancing, you guys. I learned a lot of my balancing tips, tricks, and techniques from Baxter and Tiana. So it does have a lot to do with kind of relaxing, and as balancing, you know, balancing in any kind of way, relaxing does help. So one thing that I like to do is you can practice in different ways, but think about like kind of points to hold on. Like if you're standing on a floor, you have 2 points and they balance you. So think about those 2 points with the hoop. I learned on the back of the hand, so kind of using my fingers to kind of lock in the hoop, and then part of my forearm to kind of learn that balance right there. And then once you get comfortable with it, you can just work on balancing on the back of the hand. You can work on kind of raising it up and down. And then once you understand balancing on a certain point, that's when you can move it to other parts of your body. And it really does just take time and practice and kind of understanding the weight of the hoop and what happens, kind of reactions from your body to the hoop. Like if you're going to kind of slightly move this way, then the hoop's going to maybe fall that way. I like to really practice balancing with one specific hoop. I'm sure once I get better at it, I can move towards other ones and not worry about dropping it. But I do understand the weight of this specific hoop more than my other ones. And the whole reason I brought up Bonnie and her baby was because she made this hoop. This is an outward spiral hula hoop. If you go to hoopingLIVE.com, our website, you can get a little discount code, which is just hoopingLIVE, right?
hoopingLIVE 2015, but it's on the website.
Okay, well, you can see it on the website. And she makes expertly crafted hula hoops, guys. I'm not kidding you when I say this. I would not steer you guys in the wrong direction for hula hoops. They're great. A lot of Hooping Live viewers have bought them and absolutely love them. So definitely check them out, hoopinglive.com, Outward Spiral, Bonnie Brown. If you guys have any questions about getting a hula hoop, like maybe you're just now starting and you want to kind of get your beginner hoop, or maybe you just want to get like the same hoop that I have or something, you can email us at hoops@hoopinglive.com, and it'll kind of redirect to Bonnie and I, and we can help you pick out what you want with your hula hoops. So yeah, hoops@hoopinglive.com. Balancing at balancinglive.com. Just kidding, that's not a thing. Don't email it. So you can also balance on the back of your hand, which also can be, I think sometimes it's a little bit easier, but whatever you think looks good. And just what you should do is just really focus on feeling out the balance. I keep saying, I'm sorry, guys, deal with that. I'm working on it. But you can just kind of play with those motions and arg. Can I say arg? That make anything better? Probably not. Anyway, so yeah, once you kind of understand a generalized balance, kind of like mine's just kind of on the back of the hand and then letting it roll down, you can move forward with your move. Now, a trip to take, a tip to know about balancing is that has helped me is now when I'm practicing it, to stare at the top of the hoop. And for some reason, focusing on the top of the hoop always helps me with balancing. I don't know why, but it does. So yeah, hopefully that'll work for you guys. Just really focus on relaxing. The hoop's going to fall a lot. For me, it fell a lot. So be patient with balancing. It can be a little bit tough. But anyway, before I sit down, the move that Brian was talking about is a lot of the times I'll throw the hoop up, catch it, balance it, and then it'll roll back. So pretty much what it is taking the hoop, letting it balance, and then finding that line as if like you're just kind of going to do like a roll like this, kind of like an arm roll. And just letting the hoop kind of balance there for a second, and then continuing its path along your arm. So hopefully that helped. If you guys want me to go into more detail about it, just comment down below and I can do that. If it's something you guys really, really, really want to learn and I have not given enough detail about it, I'm happy to put that on the tutorial request list, which is kind of an invisible list that I've created. Actually, I really have written them down. I do have a bunch of lists. And speaking of which, if you guys have any suggestions for the show, we've talked about this the past 2 shows. We are kind of remolding some stuff with Hooping Live. So if you guys have any comments, questions, concerns, ideas on what you think will make Hooping Live better, you can email us at info@hoopinglive.com, info@hoopinglive.com, and give us some feedback. If you want to be a part of the team, we are still gathering team members that want to be a part of it. You can also email us there on info@hoopingLIVE.com. We also have kind of like a mini, not really like a resume or like an application, but just something you can kind of look at that talks about what we want in Hooping Live team members. I mean, if you're a hooper that loves hooping, then you're probably qualified. And you have to be a hard worker, of course. But anyway, moving forward to the comments and questions. All of that is mumbo jumbo. It is important, but let's get to the good stuff. The next comment is from Sangorilla. Says, I do have a suggestion for your show. You often give very helpful insights to your viewers about various techniques. It'd be neat if once a month you chose a video, a short 30-second clip of one of those people perfecting those moves and using it artistically, sort of an artistic review, which is the next level after good technique. By the way, thanks for posting the video of my daughter's hooping party. You inspired a good thing, and she totally lit up after discovering she could hoop. You and Craig do good work. Oh, Craig, did you hear that? That was very sweet. Thank you very much for that comment. Those are the kind of things that brighten my day. I love that idea about sharing more about what the viewers are doing. I would like to do that actually more on Instagram. I know a lot of the times it's been recommended that we do that. If you guys can think of any cool creative hashtags that we could use for Hooping Live, I think it'd be cool to, I feel like this lighting looks really weird. I think it'd be really cool to get you guys more involved in a social media kind of way. And ARG, all that good stuff. Moving forward, I know I'm going to get crap from Craig for saying too much. I can feel it coming. So anyway, yeah, that's a great suggestion. Stuff like that, guys, is so helpful for Craig and I and the other members of Hooping Live. We really like that kind of feedback. Jenna Ventrella. Jenna Ventrella, that's a cool name. I love Bonnie's hoops. I've bought 5 from her already, and I'm so glad her baby is healthy and well. Love the show, by the way. Thank you for the great comment. I will pass that on to Bonnie, unless she is watching tonight, which if she is, hello, Bonnie. Well, you hear it right here from a viewer. She's bought 5 hoops and absolutely loves them. Bonnie's a great woman. She really does. She makes awesome hoops, and I've seen her do it before, and she really takes her time with each one. It's not like, you know, she's just kind of flipping through them and not really caring. I mean, she puts a lot of intention and love into those hoops. So
I have a question about the hoops. Do they hold up better or just look better?
That's a silly question. They're both. They're from Bonnie.
I don't know anything about durability of hoops and all that. I mean,
durability just kind of depends on how you treat the hoop. I mean, if you're getting a hoop from Bonnie, it's going to be made well and crafted well, but durability lasts, I mean, it depends on what you're going to do to it. I mean, if you have tape on your hoop, as many of you know, you can't really go scuffing it up much. Let's see, I have some examples here. So like this one, for instance, this is just plain HDPE tubing, so I can slide this around on the cement and it'll actually make it better because it'll be kind of sanded. And I do like sanded hoops because you can scruff them up a little bit more. You can see right here, here's a perfect example of being too rough with a hula hoop on cement and kind of gets destroyed. Gaffer's tape can get a little gummy after a while. Now this hoop I've had for a while, and I try not to scuff it up too much, but you can start to see I'm getting, well, you can kind of see some scuff marks. But I've had this hula hoop forever, and it is still an awesome shape for as long as I've had it. Usually these things would be torn up by now, but you know, it just depends on what moves you do. I do a lot of stuff that kind of stays off the ground, so my hoops kind of stay intact. But if I'm doing stuff that I'm going to do more drop, where I could potentially drop kind of like a practice hoop, this is kind of more like my on-grass day hoop. I have one that has no tape. That's my kind of beat around hoop. Just have different things for different occasions. The more hoops, the merrier. Moving on to the next question / comment. It looks like is a question. Rocky and Rich says, can you show how to do a behind the back weave? I'm super new to hooping, like about a month old, but I'm totally loving it. Love the haircut. Shortcuts are sassy. Love, Rocky. Well, thank you. I'm glad that you guys think it's sassy. I'm totally feeling extra sassy today. Oh my gosh, when I walked in to a store after I got my haircut, I was like, get me a glass of water. No, I didn't do that, but that's how I felt. I mean, there's a lot of sass in the haircut for sure. But anyway, yes, I'm behind the back weave. I don't know if I can do that. I will try. Let me Google this really quick, guys. I'll talk to you about, let's see. Bev Cobb. Oh, Beverly. Hi. That's one of my friends from town. She says, you look great. Love the hair. Glad you like it. I can see Beverly liking me with short hair, but that sounded a little conceited. I did not mean to sound that way. But oh my gosh, that makes me so happy when my non-hooping friends view the show. So hi, sweetheart. It's nice to hear from you. Let's see here. Let's go to the YouTubes. The YouTubes. I literally just typed in YouTubes. Oh my gosh. Okay. Spelled my employer's name wrong. Oh yeah, guys, the Shake It Off video has like, what is it, 4 million views or something on just one of the
that was that one share of it, that Prince or whatever overseas, his share had 4 million views.
Yeah, so just one of the shares of many from that Shake It Off videos that you guys made blow up on the internet, which I can never thank you enough for, has over 4 million views. That's all I have to say is I think that's so cool. I love you guys so much. You guys are so awesome. Making that kind of stuff blow up. I mean,
I really think that's one of the videos that has kind of made hooping a lot more mainstream. I'm seeing it in car commercials. I'm seeing it all over the place now. And I didn't see that before that video.
Oh, behind the back weave single hoop con. Yes. Okay, cool. Let's see here. I have not done this forever. Con taught me how to do this in one of the hoop paths. Many of you, if you're new to hooping, might not have met Con. You've probably seen him online. He's a great hooper. Whew, is he a good hooper? Definitely check him out if you haven't already. I'll start sharing hoop videos, you guys, of stuff that I really like because I want to show you guys some stuff that I'm really into. All right, let's see if I can remember how to do this. I think this is what it is. Is that what it is? Yeah, something like that. Let me watch the video. Goodness gracious, guys, live television. Let's see. Oh,
we make
advertisement.
Balance crafted, one small batch at a time.
Oh, shushka babies. Dog? How about cat? Oh, I clicked on the ad. Well.
Hill's Ideal Balance Crafted.
Okie dokie. Oh, that's Beth Lavender's barn. Great place. Colin, my sweetness. He's awesome. He's a very poi-like hooper.
I'm going to bring my hand and forearm across my lower back.
Yes.
So that the hoop comes up on the left side of my body.
Yes.
And now I'm going to take my left hand and use a samurai grip again on the inside wall of the hoop. And I'm going to orient my hand so that my thumb is closest to my body, and so that my thumb and forefinger are going forwards. Once I grab it with the receiving hand, I'm going to release the hand I started with. And now the hoop is going to, again, swing down. The tip will swing down towards the floor and come up again behind me. And once again, as it comes up, I'm going to cross my hand and forearm across the plane of my body, across the lower back, and do the same hand change as before.
Woo! All right. That kind of made sense. Let's see here. So what I was doing, guys, was a backwards weave. If you guys can do a forwards weave and a backwards weave, those are two tricks that I definitely suggest having down before you start trying to do any sort of, 3-beat or 2-beat or whatever kind of weave you're going to try to do. But anyway, so what I was doing was just kind of going like this, where I'm going to spin the hoop backwards, so coming towards me. And what I'm going to do is just kind of really put a bend in my back and in my arm and kind of weave the hoop around to the opposite side of my body. So if I do that a few times and then switch hands, whoop, and do the same thing until you kind of get a nice grasp on the feeling, because it can be a little awkward feeling. But it's kind of cool to just kind of switch those two. And all I'm doing it's not the proper behind the back weave, but what I'm doing is just switching in the back of my body. So yeah, it's kind of cool because you can, it gives you the opportunity to kind of hit your door and open up kind of the front of the body instead of keeping the weave in the front of the body. Anyway, so what Khan was saying, it looks like, is that he was coming around over here and then taking his hand and then samurai grip, bringing it around the body like this, and then samurai gripping it again in that same way. So samurai grip, by the way, is when you hold it kind of like, yeah. So palm facing inward. So we're taking our right hand and we're bringing the hoop around to the side of the body, samurai gripping it, coming down and around, samurai gripping it again. That's kind of what it looked like, wasn't it? I don't know. Does that look right, Craig? I feel like I'm making myself look like a jerk right now.
Well, I didn't watch his video, so yeah, it was kind of what he was describing.
And again, I'll release. And bring it back. And this is what it looks like.
Yeah, okay.
Going into this.
Cool beans.
One of the challenges for doing this.
Okay. Well, hopefully that works. I'll post this video, you guys, because I'm going to get way too into this. I'll post this video on the Hooping Live wall so you guys can check it out yourself and learn some of that behind the back weavage, because it is a really cool move. And if you guys haven't seen Khan yet, you need to get up on that because he is a cool dude. Okay, let's see here. Let's go back down. Okay, so moving on with the comments. Do we have everything? Maybe it's healthy, discovery, blah, blah. Okay, cool. Anyway, so we wanted to, Craig, I don't know if you've updated the comments yet, but I know we wanted to talk about getting more involved with comments that have happened already. So what we want to do is, like I said, kind of getting more involved on the Instagram and whatnot, but taking some of those comments and reading them live on the show, just so people feel like they're not, I don't want to sound crazy, but they're not like silenced, because I know whenever I'm watching something I really appreciate or whatever, I'm like, oh, you know, they'll never see my comment, or you'll post something really nice and you feel like that person never sees it. First of all, I try to see and read and reply to all the comments I possibly can. You guys do such a great job at commenting, though, that it's a little difficult sometimes to keep up with everything. But my goal is to try to reply to all the comments I possibly can, because I'm telling you, you guys have such great advice and say some of the nicest things in the world. So lots of love to you guys that way. Craig, do you have some comments that you've already pulled aside, or how is that working with you?
Give me a second and I'll pull something up, and Also, I was going to suggest, what do you think about starting a little bit early, like 10 or 15 minutes early, and having sort of like a pre-show where we do some of that leading up to the show starting?
I mean, I don't think it'd be necessary to have a pre-show and an after-show. I mean, one or the other.
Well, the after show is when people can actually join us. But the pre-show, they wouldn't be able to join us. But we'll talk about it.
Maybe.
Yeah, I'll take a look
How
here.
about instead of me making that decision, you guys let me know in the comments below what you guys would think would be cool. Because this is all about what you guys think is cool. I could do whatever the heck I wanted, and everyone could be like, why is she doing that? So, like I said, you guys, your suggestions are so important. I cannot stress that enough. But I do want to show you guys something that I have been working on in my own personal practice. I've been trying to do a lot more dance stuff and learning different dance moves and whatnot. But something I have been working a lot on is kind of those open palm spins and spins. I've been doing a lot more kind of twirls, but I think it'd be kind of cool. Like if you think about dancing, like when people do stuff like this, or whenever very dramatic. And now that I have the hair, I can be very like whippy. But anyway, I think it'd be kind of cool if like someone was dancing and kind of went like, I don't know, like, or brought the hoop out and was like, whoop. And just kind of push and pull, kind of like you're playing with the hoop. Like, because we all know it's our dance partner, but if you're playing with it in a way, this is going to sound insane, but in a way where you're kind of like connected with your dance partner, and then maybe you have that moment where it's kind of more like you're teasing that dance partner, so maybe you're like, you know, spinning the hoop, but you're trying to kind of stay away from it. Same with that kind of twirling thing. So I don't know, it's kind of, because I've talked about dancing with the elements, and you know, fire is kind of like shimmies, and earth is kind of getting like low to the ground. Oh god, I look so awkward when I do that, you guys. Like, you know, like hip hop dancers when they like stomp and stuff. God, that was bad. I'm sorry. Anyway, yeah, I'm like too lanky to do stuff like that. And then water, which I do a lot of, is that kind of like liquidy kind of flow, and air's kind of unpredictable and kind of more airy. But anyway, I talk a lot about dancing with the elements and trying different music to find your inner dancer. So I've been trying to think of other things that could be done or could be kind of self-taught to find that inner dancer, which I think ultimately leads to finding your flow. And that is thinking about attitudes and emotions like anger and sadness and happiness and, you know, being like sensual and just all sorts of different emotions. And I mean, I wrote a huge list. I mean, even like thrill, like the thrill of when you stand up your first wave when you're surfing, or the thrill when you win something big in a video game, or when you finish a project at school, or whatever different emotions that you can feel, and kind of channeling those into the hoop move, especially when it comes to like anger or sensuality and stuff, like, or playing around with someone or acting like you're mad at the hoop, but then you want to come back to you and fall back in love again. So obviously I've been listening to a lot of Taylor Swift, but yeah, I know, it's something to play with. And you guys, if you don't have a hooping journal, I'm going to go ahead and just recommend that to you. I love being able to kind of keep a diary about how I'm feeling emotionally and relate it back to hooping. If I'm at a plateau and I'm just not working it very well with the hoop, popping out that diary can really help. I also take notes in it during workshops and kind of sketch ideas. So looking back at those and kind of getting re-inspired helps. So keeping that and whatnot will really help going back, re-inspiring yourself, or writing and trying to inspire yourself in a time where maybe not a lot of inspiration can be found. Anyway, so that's kind of what I've been doing.
I put a link in the chat.
I see that. Yes, looks like we do have a comment that we're going to go ahead and read.
See if that link, see if it displays all the comments for you. And then I think what would be fun would be for you to just kind of go down the list on any of those that aren't replied to and just quickly mention the person in the comment and just do a quick little reply. And that way we can get a bunch of mentions of these people that have been commenting.
Yep, that sounds fine to me. Yeah, so that's what we're going to do, guys. I think it'd be kind of cool, especially when we have some silence in the commenting section. If you want to comment down below, you still have a chance. But yes, so we have a couple videos that have really gotten a lot of positive feedback, and I do want to start shouting out to a lot more of the viewers, because there's only a certain amount of people that can watch Hooping live, and I know we have a lot of people that like the show, but I do want to try to, like I said, reach out to as many viewers as I can, thank as many as I can, and make as many as I can be heard, because I think it's really important for not only Hooping Live and the viewers, but the hooping community in general, which I really want to work hard on keeping it together and unified, because I know sometimes as communities expand, it can be hard to kind of remember where our roots came from. So anyway, got a little deep there, you guys. Okay, let's bring it back up a little bit. Okay. So we are looking at the 10 best hooping tricks, which almost has 500,000 views, which is kind of cool. Oh my gosh. I have one of those really annoying itches. It's like in the back of your throat, like in the ear, and it's like right in between. I know some of you guys know what I'm talking about. I'm getting that right now, and it's so frustrating because it's like I can't scratch inside of my head. So that's kind of what I'm experiencing right now. Not that you care. It's such an uncomfortable feeling. I know I'm not the only one that knows what's happening in my head right now. I know someone else out there has felt this pain. Okay, so let's see here. It looks like I've commented back to as many people as I possibly could. Let's see. We have a comment from Seven Now 2000, SEVENENAW 2000 says, it was very helpful. Even now I can nearly do, and even though I think she meant to say, even now I can hardly do any, I will try. Thank you. I hope I can be as good as you one day. Well, thank you very much. I have been hooping for about 6 years. I know I change this every episode. It's 6 years. It's like almost 6 years or something. So I have been doing this for a minute.
Before you move on, type a reply in there.
I'm going to. I'm not done talking yet.
Okay.
Patience, please. I have been, like I said, hooping for a minute now, and it takes time. So if you are a new hooper, or maybe you're just feeling a little unmotivated or uninspired, I feel weird saying this, but I remember when I first started, I would look at like Shakti, Sunfire, and like Baxter and just be like, I can't dance. I'm pretty awkward, and I've never really been awesome at anything, but you know, that's just me being Audrey. But anyway, I was like, I'm never going to be able to hoop like that. And, you know, I still can't hoop like that, but I can hoop like me, and people seem to like it. So that's all that matters. I just have faith. Don't pressure yourself to be hoop like someone. You know, when you're first starting, mimicking a certain style can help learn some stuff. But in the end, make sure that all these tools that you gather from other people are just to kind of help lead you in the right direction to find your own inner hooper, because that's ultimately who you want to hoop like, is yourself, not like Brecken or Tiana or whatever. I mean, you can, like I said, take inspiration, but find your own inner dancer and bring that twist that is your soul, getting deep again, into the hooping community, because that is the greatest gift. The greatest gift that the hooping community can get is when people bring in some new beauty to the community, and when you're a new hooper. I love new hoopers. So anyway, we'll reply here. Thanks so much. Good luck in your hooping journey. Heart. That's literally what I do when I reply to comments. I will start like singing them. I'm so cool. What can I say? Okay, so it looks like we are starting to run out of time, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and read the last of the comments before the end of the show. Crystal Dawn Hoops says, "Hi, Audrey. I like the idea of the hooping journal. It really helps re-inspire me when I'm feeling stagnant. Do you plan on having any workshops anytime soon? Also, how often do you practice?" Well, good to hear on the hooping journal. If any of you guys, other peoples out there, have hooping journals, you should post about it on this video, even if it's not live, and kind of talk about it so other people can see the benefits of having one. But let's see. Workshops. Yes, I am planning on doing a tour. I'm not going to tell you when or where. I have a couple people that I'm talking to that want me to come by, but I really need some help from y'all. And I know I've been asking for a lot of help from you guys today and feedback, but I really need to know, if I were to do a tour and you were going to have tour a la Audrey, what would you want to learn from me? Because there are plenty of people where you can learn breaks and paddles and your typical tips and tricks, but like, what could I do that could really bring something different to the table to teach you guys? I don't know if maybe that would be something about more like inner dancer, becoming connected with the hoop. I don't know. Like I said, you can email me at the info@hoopinglive.com, send me a message on Facebook, or even better, just comment down below on this video. Even if it's 2 days later. I know that I talked about this on this particular show, so it'll be easy for me to go back and look. But yes, I would really like to do a workshop and tour and come meet as many of you as I can. And how often do I practice? I feel like this is not going to be the right answer to this question. I practice as often as I can. Right now, I've been doing a lot of kind of readjusting in my life, so it's been a little bit more difficult. I try to pick up the hoop every day. If it's not even picking it up, it's at least touching it. That sounds weird, but or acknowledging the hoop. But if it were up to me, I'd try to practice at least 30 minutes a day. But in reality, it's 15 minutes here, 15 minutes there. Oh, I just woke up and had an idea. I'm going to go try it really quick, go back to bed. And sometimes I'll put on my dancing shoes and I'll go in the gym downstairs and I'll go at it for a couple hours. So it's kind of sporadic right now. When I first started hooping, though, which is a very critical time in a hooper's life, I hooped minimum an hour a day. I mean, my life was hoop, 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 hoop. And say that 3 times fast. And it's not as much now, but I do try to take a lot from my practice sessions. So it just kind of varies. I do suggest trying to at least pick up the hoop for at least 5 minutes a day if you can't do anything at all. And like I said, if you can't hoop, hooping diary, sketch something out. Because I know if you guys are like me, when you listen to a song in the car and you're driving, you're like, isolate there. Oh, those are definitely breaks and paddles right there. And then, you get these like routines or ideas in your head. That's what I do personally. So maybe you guys can, just acknowledge your inner hooper every day. Don't neglect them. Okay, so Jessica Slezak says, "Hey Audrey, this is going to sound kind of vague, but can you do a little tutorial on your flowy arms?" That's cute. That you add when you chest and shoulder hoop. I feel confident with those moves now, but can't really get the hang of adding the whole flowy flare. You do. Thank you. Well, thank you for the sweet comment. I'm glad that I have flowy flare arms. Yeah, I'll do a quick little demo real quick. Now, my flowy arms, as she said, came from me doing a lot of Baxter's workshops, and as I said, kind of trying to find that inner dancer, because before I thought I could do stuff that was very different. Like I wanted to be kind of more like hip hop, which I'm sure I could do with practice, but our bodies all move differently. So I found that, I have really long, skinny arms. So, it doesn't look as cool when I try to, whatever. But anyway, so my long, flowy arm things, as she speaks of, I think you're thinking about wraps as well. What I like to do is I actually do this when I stretch. I stretch my arms out as far as I can, and I kind of like experiment with my wrists, and I'll kind of roll them and pop them, bring them in, reverse it, play with each finger individually, just so you can really learn how to use your hands and arms with expression. Now, I think a lot about, like, if I'm listening to a song, like the lyrics, like if they say something about like a beating heart, I might go like this or something. If they say like go like something about like moving on, I might kind of push away. So it's like really about expression and how you want to mimic a certain move or emotion or word into your hands and arms. So when you bring the hoop into it, now if you have a good, if you're pretty stable with your shoulder hooping, which I've talked about in many videos and I won't get into right now, but I'll give a quick tip. I do not shoulder hoop or chest hoop with my shoulders for chest. I do it from my core. So I'm kind of shaking back and forth and using my arms kind of as guides, but not as the reliable source of movement. Now, when you start turning in a circle, that's when you really don't have to rely on your arms as much for the hooping, which gives you a lot of freedom to move your arms behind you, in front of you, wherever you really want your arms to be without worrying about dropping the hoop, because that motion, that rocking motion is coming from the movement of your body and feet and not your shoulders and arms. So when I'm hooping, that gives me the expression to kind of move my arms as I will. Something like that. So what I like to do though, guys, is honestly, I'll try dancing without the hoop and then adding it, and kind of, you'll have to readjust because of the movement of your shoulders. But I'll just try to like kind of dance in my own way and see like, okay, well, if I want to add the hoop to that, how could I bring that in? Like maybe if I'm doing that whole thing I just did, maybe it's a paddle and then I push my arm out. So try just letting go. You can turn the camera on if you want. Maybe blindfold yourself and turn the camera on. Whatever you can do to get yourself comfortable in your own body and not feel judged. I mean, you don't even have to show anyone these videos, you guys. Just it helps to just kind of release that kind of tension or awkwardness you might have if you don't know how to dance, which I think we all know how to dance. It's just kind of discovering that inner person, but I will not get into that debate. Yeah, hopefully that helps a little bit. I can go more into that on a later day because we are kind of running out of time. The next comment is from Becca Smith. Thank you for talking about dancing with elements. That sounds so interesting. I'm going to think about that more and try it out. I know what you mean about playing around with the hoop as your partner. Haha. Yes, well, that's awesome. I'm glad I get excited when you guys can relate to what I say because I'm like, I'm not alone in my crazy world. Karan Hoops says, okay, I will butcher names till the end of the day. You guys know that. And if you don't know now, you know. Says, hi, Audrey. I've been hooping for about 3 years, and this summer I'm going to fire hoop for the first time. Yay. Any tips, suggestions? I want to get wicks, but that can be attached to my hoop so I can play around with size. Any thoughts on fire hoops? Thank you, Karen. Well, congratulations on kind of setting a date for your fire hooping. I am an avid believer that fire hooping is a very special part of a hooper's life, and getting yourself kind of ready for it is super important, and it kind of makes it more, interesting instead of just being like, oh, well, I'm just going to knock out fire hooping today because I drank a couple beers. Not that that's bad, but mine was just kind of very, very intimate and nice and relaxing. So I have as you guys can see back there, a set fire hoop that has the wicks inside of it. That is a Mercury fire hoop. Mercury Hoops. It's Christina Britton. She has a cool little company she does. I also bought individual wicks. I bought 10 of them, and I do prefer them. It's definitely, you want to kind of plan it out, because if you want to try different sizes, make sure that you're careful about tape, that you don't have a hoop that you might melt the tape that you don't want to melt. What I do suggest is getting just kind of plain hoops, and make sure you measure them out for the wicks so they're nice and even and you don't have any issues. But I do think it's kind of cool to have wicks. Maybe have like 5 wicks that you can detach, and if you want to, if you have like 32 inches is kind of my on and off body hoop size that I've kind of had consistently in my life. So sometimes that can help to have a set fire hoop, and you can tape it all pretty or something, and then have those wicks. But yeah, and also guys, if you want to reply to each other in the comments down below, you can. Like if I'm saying something and you're like, oh Audrey, you should say this, and I don't say it, you can comment on other people's comments. Commenting on comments. And yes. So anyway, let's see here. Dean Jennings says, elbow pass tips. I can't get the elbow hooping to save my life. Oh, we've had a lot of elbow hooping questions lately. Yes. Let me finish these comments really quick and I'll try to get to that. Jenna Oventrilla says, tips on finding flow. I've kind of given those a little bit today. Finding flow is just going to be kind of an inner thing. I know that's kind of not a very satisfying answer to your question, but that's what it is. Experiment with different music. Be a part of the community. Let yourself go, and you'll find the flow. I rhymed. Renee Griffin KC says, Mom loves you. That's my mom. Hi, Mom. Thanks for watching my show. I love you. Brunella says, I have tried chest hooping so many times and I can't do it. I know that there are many videos on how to do it, but I just still can't do it. Yes, chest hooping can be very hard. Practice does make perfect. What I just said about bringing it up from your feet and allowing your entire kind of core to be the pusher of the hoop instead of the shoulders. You know, you're fitting a square into a circle. Our bodies are square, so make sure you're becoming a circle with the hoop and allowing it to move across the body. Think about, when you're hula hooping around your waist. It's that kind of same motion, but with your chest. So become a circle. Become the circle. I'm being really weird tonight, guys. Morgan Loomis says, I've heard rumors that LED hoops have to be handled gently or else they will break. Is this true? Depending on the LED hoop that you have, I always suggest being careful with LED hoops, guys. They are computer hoops. So, some people will get LED hoops and just be like, why is it breaking all the time? It's like, well, you can't slam it on the ground all the time. And I've learned that the hard way. I have gone through many LED hoops, and I've been that person wondering why it's always breaking when it's always flying off my body. So, just think about that. Always treat your hoops, as nicely as you can, unless it's your day hoop that you just throw at random things. But they do need to be handled with, you just handle them thoughtfully, not gently. Like I said, depends on the hoop. If it's a really well-crafted hoop, you can get a little bit more aggressive with it. But it really does depend on the hoop. So if you want to elaborate on that, I'm happy to help. Bonnie also is really good with LED hoops. Like I said, hoops at hoopinglive.com is a great place to email and find out more about hoops. Okay, so we are running out of time. So I'm going to go ahead and take this last comment, which is from Alana Trinity. Says, I just fire hooped for the first time 2 nights ago, and it was such a beautiful experience. I can't wait to do it again. And Audrey, how much time do you spend practicing? And I already answered that question. Like I said, it just varies on the day, but I try to think about the hoop every day. And on the elbow pass, really quick, because I said I would. I talked about this last week. This is the last comment I am taking. My main tip for you guys is keep your elbows up. Think about if you're going to throw something, the way that you point is the way the ball is going to go. It's the same with the hoop. If your elbows are pointing down or slightly down, the hoop is going to go down. So when you're hooping on your elbow, is this the way that I want to go? Yeah. And you want the hoop to pass, think up, in, and over. So make sure that you're creating a nice flat area for that hoop to go across, and you're not going like this because the hoop will slide down. Okay, so that's going to be the last of the comments and questions, guys. You rocked it tonight with those in the comment section, so thank you so much for that. We are working on getting some special guests on the show. I know a lot of you have said that, as well as music. If you guys have any friends that are DJs, or maybe you make music and you want to send us some copyright-free files to play in our videos and on the show, we're happy to accept those. As I've said a million times today, info@hoopinglive.com. Best way to reach the Hooping Live team for any, there we go with the ums again, questions, comments, or concerns, or send us stuff. Like music, don't send us stuff. Please don't send us stuff. I mean, unless you want to send us stuff for promotion and whatnot, then let's chat. Anyway, once again, my name is Audrey. This is Hooping Live. Our show is every Monday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Hopefully you can tune in next week, and hopefully you enjoyed tonight's show. Remember, guys, practice makes perfect, and you will get there. You already are there. Just have a little bit of faith in yourself. If you're having a bad day, I promise that you're beautiful on the inside and out. And now I'm getting cheesy, so I'm going to go. Craig, cut the show. That was so dramatic.